The late afternoon sun painted the vast Texas plains in shades of gold and amber. Sam Carter rode his chestnut mare slowly along the weathered trail, his weathered hat casting long shadows across his sun-bronzed face. The gentle rhythm of hoofbeats on packed earth created a peaceful melody that matched the quiet beauty of the open landscape. Sam had been riding fence for 3 days now, checking the boundaries of the Double Creek Ranch where he worked. It was honest work that suited him well. At 32, he had learned to appreciate the simple pleasures of life. The warmth of morning coffee, the satisfaction of a job done right, and the endless beauty of the countryside he called home. As he crested a small hill, something unusual caught his eye. Near a cluster of mesquite trees, a splash of color broke the natural palette of browns and greens. Sam pulled gently on the reins, bringing his mare to a stop. His keen eyes studied the scene below with growing concern. A young woman lay motionless beside a small stream. Her long, dark hair spread across the grass like spilled ink, and her traditional native dress, rich with intricate beadwork, told him she was likely from one of the local tribes. Even from this distance, Sam could see she was in trouble. He urged his horse forward, dismounting quickly when he reached her side. The woman appeared to be in her early 20s, with delicate features that spoke of both strength and gentleness. Her breathing was shallow and labored, and her skin felt warm with fever when he carefully checked for signs of life. "Easy there, miss," Sam said softly, his voice carrying the gentle tone he used with injured animals. "I'm going to help you." Near her side, he noticed a small leather pouch and the remnants of what appeared to be medicinal herbs scattered on the ground. It seemed she had been gathering healing plants when illness or injury had overcome her. A closer look revealed a small cut on her hand, red and swollen with infection. Sam knew he had to act quickly. He lifted the young woman carefully, surprised by how light she felt in his arms. Her head fell back against his shoulder, and he could feel the heat of her fever through her clothing. Every instinct told him that time was running short. The nearest settlement was hours away. But Sam remembered seeing smoke from cooking fires earlier that day, coming from the direction of the river valley. It had to be from a native camp, and if this woman belonged there, her people would know better than anyone how to help her. He settled her gently across his saddle, then mounted behind her, keeping one protective arm around her small frame as he guided his horse toward the distant smoke. The ride seemed to take forever, each minute stretching like an hour as he worried whether he would reach help in time. The sun was beginning to set when Sam finally saw the camp nestled in a grove of cottonwood trees along the riverbank. Several hide lodges formed a small circle, and the warm glow of fire pits created an inviting scene of home and community. As he approached, several tribal members emerged from their lodges. An elderly man with silver hair braided with leather and feathers stepped forward. His weathered face creased with immediate concern when he saw the unconscious woman. "Ayanna," the old man said, his voice heavy with worry. He was clearly the tribal elder, and the woman in Sam's arms was someone precious to this community. Sam dismounted carefully, still supporting the young woman. "I found her by the stream," he explained simply. "She's burning with fever, and her hand is infected." The elder nodded, his dark eyes studying Sam with a mixture of gratitude and assessment. "You have brought our healer's daughter home," he said in accented but clear English. "I am Chief Running Bear. Ayanna went to gather medicine plants this morning. She did not return." Other tribal members gathered around as Sam followed the chief to one of the larger lodges. Inside, the space was warm and filled with the comforting scents of sage and sweet grass. Women immediately began preparing healing remedies while the men created space for Ayanna to rest. For the next 3 days, Sam remained at the camp. He couldn't bring himself to leave while Ayanna's fate remained uncertain. The tribal members welcomed him with cautious but growing warmth, sharing their food and allowing him to help with small tasks around the camp. On the third morning, Ayanna's fever finally broke. Sam was sitting quietly beside the lodge when he heard her soft voice speaking to her father inside. Relief flooded through him like cool water on a hot day. When Chief Running Bear emerged, his expression was serious but no longer filled with worry. "My daughter will recover fully," he announced. "The infection is healing, and her strength returns." Sam nodded, feeling a weight lift from his shoulders. "I'm grateful to hear it," he said. "I should probably head back to my work now that she's safe." The chief held up a weathered hand. "There is something we must discuss first, Sam Carter." Over the next hour, Chief Running Bear explained an ancient tradition of his people. When someone saved the life of an unmarried woman of the tribe, especially the daughter of a chief or healer, tribal law declared that a bond had been created between the savior and the saved. According to their customs, this bond could only be honored through marriage. "I understand this may seem strange to your people," the chief said carefully, "but our traditions have guided us for many generations. Ayanna's life was forfeit until you intervened. By our laws, she now belongs to you, and you to her." Sam felt his world shift beneath him like sand in a strong wind. Marriage had never been part of his plans. His life was simple, uncomplicated, focused on honest work and quiet satisfaction. "I need to speak with her," Sam said finally. "If this is to happen, it should be her choice as much as mine." That evening, as the camp settled into the peaceful rhythm of supper and storytelling, Sam found Ayanna sitting by the river. She had regained much of her strength, and in the soft light of dusk, he could see why she was considered a beauty among her people. "Your father explained the tradition," Sam said, settling beside her on the grassy bank. Ayanna nodded, her dark eyes reflecting the last light of sunset. "I am grateful for my life," she said in careful English. "But I do not wish to be a burden placed upon you by old customs." They talked long into the night, sharing stories of their different worlds. Sam learned that Ayanna was indeed a healer, trained in the ancient ways of plant medicine and spiritual healing. She spoke of her love for her people and her dreams of bridging the gap between native and settler communities. Ayanna discovered that Sam was a man of quiet honor, someone who valued honesty and kindness above wealth or status. His gentle nature and genuine respect for her culture touched something deep in her heart. As the days passed, what had begun as obligation slowly transformed into something deeper. Sam found himself looking forward to their evening conversations. Ayanna began teaching him about healing plants and the spiritual connection her people maintained with the land. 3 weeks after that first meeting by the stream, Sam and Ayanna stood together before Chief Running Bear and the assembled tribe, but this was no longer a marriage born of tradition alone. It had become a union chosen by two hearts that had found an unexpected harmony. Sometimes, Sam said to his new wife as they watched the sun set over their shared homeland, "The best things in life are the ones we never planned for." Ayanna smiled, her hand finding his in my language. "We say that the spirits guide us to where we need to be," she replied. "Perhaps your path led you to that stream for reasons greater than either of us understood." And in the gathering twilight, with the gentle sounds of their new community around them, Sam realized that his simple life had become something far richer than he had ever imagined possible. Love, he discovered, was not always a thunderbolt. Sometimes it grew slowly and quietly, like the healing plants Ayanna tended with such care.